Hey guys, so I'm gonna be going over the pretty much basics of each legend in this video. Somehow I'm not gonna go too in depth on each character because that video would be absolutely insanely long. I'll be going over each character individually in this series, I think, but I'm gonna save that for later on down the line. I'm kind of gonna pace myself and just get these just loadouts and like the very basics of basic stuff out. And if everyone's liking the guides, I'll definitely do individual character guides, teach people how to use their abilities correctly on each character, and like I'll go way more in depth on it. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so I'm gonna hop right into it. This is gonna be the legends, loadouts. It's gonna be about all that stuff. Once again, this is kind of a roundabout of what you should be playing. I'm not gonna go over into each in-depth individual character, but for the most part, I'm gonna be going over meta characters. I'm gonna be going over why they're really good, and then we're going to head over into the loadouts. So Bloodhound right now is in the competitive meta. His scan is very, very, very good, and his alt makes it so you can constantly scan over and over and over again. Not only that, but his hitbox is actually fairly good as well. Very good character to play right now. He's definitely a character you want to play if you're looking to climb and climb and climb. Gibraltar is also in the competitive meta, especially in the new map. Gibraltar has a bubble, which you can use in the wide open spaces. Pretty much you're able to heal and cover yourself, you know, get a battery off, heal up, and then like reposition. You can even throw down Gibraltar's shield and then use Wraith to portal out of it into a better spot. His arm shield is one of the best things about him though. He's able to win a lot of engagements just based off of his passive and his arm shield alone. He's a very good individual 1v1 character. His ult's very good for zoning. His ult's used for killing. His ult's used for distraction. His ult's used for third parties. Honestly, Gibraltar, like I said, is definitely one of the most meta characters in the game. Without him, you kind of feel naked on the new map because you're always in the open, if it kind of seems like, unless you're playing the end zone. So yeah, just that simple. It's just a very, very good character, and definitely another character you can play to climb. Lifeline, not in the competitive meta. A lot of the Wraith players, when they play ranks with their friends and there's another Wraith player in the party, will go to Lifeline. She's a very good pub character, very good low rank character as well if you're looking to climb. In my opinion, her res is very, very, very strong. It has like a ton of outplay potential. If the meta wasn't so drawn out to what it currently is in competitive, and even in ranked, honestly, the meta is pretty standard with like the Wraith, Gibby, Bloodhound combo. Lifeline just doesn't fit in the middle of them. Her ult's definitely really good for looting, but honestly, on the new map, I feel like the loot is very plentiful. I don't feel like her ult is that crazy anymore. Her hitbox is great. Just like Wraith hitbox. Her hitbox is pretty small, hard to hit. Very good character, once again, to play if you're not taking things as serious, but you're looking for like a small character to play. Pathfinder in the competitive meta currently. Some teams use him, some teams don't. He has great rotation with his zip line. He has great push potential with his Q. His mobility is fantastic. The only bad thing about Pathfinder right now is he has low profile, which he's taking 5% more damage output, and his hitbox is insanely large, so like it's very easy to hit him now. He's just kind of like a Gibby. He kind of falls over if you get a good shot on him. Yeah, competitive viable character. Another very good character you should consider maining along with Gibby and Bloodhound. Wraith, come on. We know Wraith is insane. Her Q got nerfed, still insane. Her portal, great rotate, gives you movement speed. You can use the invulnerability phase in her portal when you ult, like to dodge things. Her hitbox is crazy good. Her animations are very hard to hit still. Like she's very slender. Like when you iron sight with the wingman, like your shoulders tuck up, and it's just like it's still hard to hit her. Her kit is just insane still, and that's why she's played so much and she's in the competitive meta. If your team isn't running a Wraith in the competitive meta, you're doing something wrong. Bangalore, not in the competitive meta at all. Her smokes are countered by Bloodhound and DTs. Her movement speed is very insane. I love her movement speed, but it's just sad that she's not in the competitive meta. Her ult's okay. I wouldn't say it's good, it's okay. The character is overall just kind of okay. She's not in the competitive meta, so I don't recommend playing her at all if you're looking to climb ranks. Caustic, some people will argue that he might be in the competitive meta, but he's not. Not many good teams run this character right now. There's just no room for it. If it was a 4-player game, maybe, but Caustic's just honestly an annoyance. His barrels are very good. His ult's very good. He's a big hitbox though, so you know, I don't have much of an opinion on Caustic. I despise the character. I hate it. Just my opinion. Mirage, not in the competitive meta, cool character, has style. I don't necessarily think that anything's really good about him. Not many people fall for his stuff anymore. Like, he's a cool character, but just not in the meta, not competitive at all. I wouldn't recommend playing him if you're looking to climb. Octane, fun character. Honestly, insanely fun. Like, you guys have all seen my YouTube video. If you haven't, check it out. It's pretty old, but when I played this character at one point, like, I loved it. I still love the character. I play him off and on. His jump pad's pretty great. His Q is insane. His hitbox is fantastic. You can B-hop while healing with his Q, which brings back the old, the old school vibes. Not in the competitive meta, sadly. I wouldn't recommend playing him if you're looking to climb and take the game really serious competitive wise, or like just getting the predator, you know what I'm saying? Very fun to play. I recommend him highly, like if you're looking to have fun, but not if you're looking to climb. Wattson is still in the competitive meta, but she's only used on World's Edge. I don't necessarily think that Wattson as a character is used highly anymore in the competitive meta. I think a lot of the teams have realized that the fights that they're taking super far away are only beneficial when they're looking to level their armors, and like a lot less teams are poking each other out. A lot less teams are W keying each other in buildings in competitive play. The thing is though, with the new map, Wattson really isn't that viable on the new map at all. I think all the buildings that you can play Wattson in, it's very rare that you get a good building and a good room to play Wattson in. And most of the time, I'd much rather have like a Bloodhound or a Gibby on my team. Still a very good character if you're playing her often. It's kind of debatable whether or not you should play her to climb right now. Her fences are great. Her ult's great. Hitbox is great. Her movement is great. Her animations are great. Like, play her if you want. She's a good character. Crypto. I think crypto is in the competitive meta in the Asian countries like Japan and stuff like that. I think they're playing crypto pretty heavily over there. In North America, he's not really in the competitive meta, but some teams use him. Like TSM is a good example of a team that used crypto on World's Edge. It's a debatable character. You have to be very good with him, I feel like, for him to be viable. So when you're using him, be very cautious on your drone. His drone is great, but you can get far behind your team. Don't overuse your drone. Use it for your ult. Yeah, honestly, reps. TSM_reps is his channel. He plays a great crypto when they were playing him in competitive. So definitely check out some of his videos if you guys are looking for some type of guide on this character, because this character is used in the competitive meta. It's just not used a lot. Then we got Revenant. Revenant is used in Japan, like I said. Revenant is kind of questionable in the competitive meta. I don't necessarily think he's that crazy. He's a good character, but personally, if I had to give an opinion, I don't think he's in the competitive meta at a high level. He once upon a time might have been, like maybe a couple months ago, but with the release of the new map, some of the changes and how the Gibby Bloodhound meta has just kind of taken over, I definitely don't see him being that viable in a competitive atmosphere, but he can be used viable on a team that is solely based around him. Loba, trash in my opinion. Her ult's great now, I guess, for ammo and stuff like that, but there's so much more to be desired because her Q has a terrible animation. It just like stun locks you if you try to get away with it. Her hitbox is great, but still pretty like tallish, like kind of easy to hit still. In my opinion, if you're looking to climb, don't play Loba. Rampart, I don't even have her unlocked. Let's just leave it at that. I don't even have her unlocked. Her turret's pretty fucking useless. Her stuff can break. Her hitbox is kind of eh. Her passive's kind of eh. Like, I don't really have an opinion because I literally have never played her. She's not unlocked. Horizon's a great character in my opinion. Not in the competitive meta currently, probably. Not many people are probably going to play her because she's a fight-based character. If Wraith gets nerfed, Horizon will probably be that character people play. Either that or, Octane and like those other movement, like fight-based characters. She's a great character. I don't know. Her Q is very easily usable. Her ult's great for team fights. Her passive allows you to jump from very high heights and still B-hop away. I think she's a good character and will continue to be used as kind of like a pub stomper, but currently not in the competitive meta. So take that for what it is. Definitely can be used in ranked though. And then boom, that's all the characters. When I say competitive meta, by the way, guys, I definitely mean like scrims and matches and like, pro play. A lot of characters can be used in ranked. Honestly, like Lifeline's very good in ranked. Horizon's good in ranked. Crypto, Revenant, Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Wraith, Pathfinder, Octane even, Wattson, they're all good in ranked. But when I say competitive meta, I'm definitely talking about the matches like ALGS and like, all that stuff. I kind of say this character's in the competitive meta, because if I say that, that definitely means that you're able to play them in any type setting, no matter what. So I always say that just to make sure and give you guys the confidence to play the character. There's only a couple characters in the competitive meta, so it definitely isn't like the widest variety, but they're all fun characters in my opinion. Loadout. All right, this is gonna be a long one, kinda. Quite recently, the meta has been shying away from the wingman and going to more snipers and automatic guns, the flatline being one of them. The flatline is a very, very, very good gun right now. Put it 2 times on it, you're owning. Great gun to pick up. Go with it. The G7 Scout, great secondary, like for a sniper. Having that in your inventory when you're playing the zone and like hitting people from afar, you level up your armor. You play distance, you play from afar, you play nice and far. You just kind of are able to dish out that damage and like really pressure people from afar. Another meta gun. Flatline's also a meta gun. The Hemlock's another meta gun, the same as the Flatline. Hemlock's has a little bit more damage output if you hit all 3 shots. Once again, like I said, yeah, another great gun to pick up. The 301, another great assault rifle. I think that using any of these 4 guns as your main gun is honestly fine. The Scout might be your secondary, depending on if you're running a shotgun or not. But the 301, once again, another great gun. Definitely a really good gun to run with like a shotgun or another sniper or something of the sort. All these assault rifles are great, except the Havoc. The Havoc is falling out of meta. The Havoc honestly needs work. The damage output is so great. The recoil is just so uncontrollable compared to all these other guns. Like, you're just like putting too much work on yourself and pressure on yourself picking this gun up and bringing it in the end game. You're better off using any of the other guns here than the Havoc. Even with the turbocharger, the gun is bad. Even with full attachments, the gun is honestly just unbearably annoying to use. If worst comes to worst, you need to use it, but I recommend any of these other guns. All right, submachine guns. Obviously the alternator, pretty good gun off spawn. Pick it up, you know what I mean? You know, shoot some heads with it. It can one clip people like off spawn. Don't take it in the end game. It's not that good of an end game gun, but it's actually a pretty solid gun to be, believe it or not. Like when you first get into the game and you land, pick it up, put some attachments on it, and then transfer it to an R9 later. Prowler, gun's nuts. The gun's absolutely nuts. It's in a care package. Grab it if you like it. If not, it's up to you. Prowler's nuts. Is it 5-round burst? I think it's 5-round, right? Can absolutely demolish somebody. You can literally 4-bullet headshot someone with this thing. I'm pretty sure. It's a great gun. Pick it up if you want it. The R9, the bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? We've been using it forever. It's the bread and butter of the game. A lot of people will pick up the alternator at the start, put a bunch of attachments on it, find an R9, boom, they got an R9 full attachments. So very viable. I think that if you prioritize getting the R9 over the Vault, it's really just preference at this point. The R9 has a lot bigger fire rate and it feels like has like a little bit less recoil, close range and far range. But yeah, great gun. Pick it up. Pair this thing with a shotgun or something of the sort, and you're owning. Even a sniper, use it as your close range secondary. Get a sniper in your inventory or a wingman or another long range gun like the Flatline. You're owning. Bolt, pretty much an R9 in disguise. It really is just like an energy R9. That's what I call it anyways. Pick it up if you find all the attachments before the R9. Use it into the end game. It really doesn't matter. Both guns are very good at what they do, and it's just shredding people up close. All these guns are viable up here in my opinion, except the alternator into end game, obviously. But the alternator is a placeholder for all attachments for the R9 normally. Next, we got machine guns. Devotion is broken. It's just broken. The gun is still broken. If you ever get a chance to wind it up and just instantly kill somebody, and if you have like a turbocharger on it, it'll shred still. Great gun. The cons of it obviously are you have really bad strafing, movement speed. Like when you use this gun, you're all inning somebody. When you iron sight in, you're not trying to dodge bullets. You are unloading on that guy. Like you are not going to be able to dodge iron sighting this gun with a 2 times or even like a 1 times. You're not going to be able to. But the damage output, if you can aim that with this gun, is absolutely massive. Still a great gun to use. I don't personally pick it up ever, but maybe it's your cup of tea. Spitfire, it's like the noob cannon. Like every single player you've died to has had this gun and has closed his eyes, blindfolded himself, broken all of his fingers, and killed you with it. It's just how it works, man. No good player uses this gun. Stop using it. Just stop, please. I'm tired of dying to it because you have 9,000 bullets and you missed 8,000 of them. Please stop using this gun. But if you need to pick it up off spawn, do it. It owns. Off spawn. L-Star, shit, I hate it. Get it out of here. The gun shoots fucking meatballs at you, man. I can't deal with it. I hate it. The travel time when the projectiles are terrible. Don't use it. It's not worth it. Just trust me. Don't use it. Oh, awesome. Oh, the skins are kind of nice, though. You know what I'm saying? The skins are kind of nice. Don't use it. Sniper rifles. Longbow is falling out of meta. The longbow is still a great gun, though, if you're looking to snipe and you're good with it. You can also put skull piercer on it, which makes it absolutely insane at a far distance if you hit those headies. Great gun to pick up and use if you're looking to bring it into end game and you're camping the zone or something. Crab. Come on, it's the crab. It shoots you for 150 a shot. If you're picking this gun up, you're probably a sniper player or you like the sniper in general. This thing's a shotgun in disguise. The no scoping is really accurate. Using it in close range engagements is really strong. Like, if you see this gun, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Just pick it up. Trust me. Triple take. The triple take is probably the most versatile sniper right now. It's the most in meta competitive sniper. You're gonna get the most damage out of it. It takes very minimal attachments. I think it's like 2 attachments, or no, sorry, it's 3 attachments: scope, sniper stock, and magazine. That's what makes it so good. The one thing that puts the triple take in front of the longbow is the attachments. This gun is better than the longbow, or deals probably like, I think it deals a little bit less damage than the longbow with a headshot with a skull pierce, but it's like very near close without the attachment. It does like, I've hit like 117 in the head. Triple take's a good sniper. Definitely use this over everything else in the game right now. The charge rifle, I definitely think is a very good gun as well. I think the charge rifle is the second best sniper that you could use. Once again, very low attachments, great damage output, and very easy to use. Oh man, don't get me started. You guys know. Don't get me started. Gun fucking, it fucks. You know what I'm saying? It fucks. Pick it up, use it, shoot people with lasers across the map, laugh at them when they run around and don't know what to do. It's broken. It's hit scan, by the way. Just trace them and just shoot them. Honestly, just shoot him. Sentinel. Sentinel's the most skilled gun in the game, in my opinion. Not skilled gun, skilled sniper rifle. That is why it's not currently in the meta. Like, it's very hard to use. I wouldn't say it's necessarily out of the meta, but if you find any of the other snipers on the ground, you might as well pick it up. You're probably going to miss more with it. And not only that, if you want it to be very viable, you have to sacrifice your heals to use it. In my opinion, it's kind of bad if you have to sacrifice heals to use a sniper rifle. Yeah, I'd much rather have a triple take or a charge rifle and just be using only ammo and doing the same amount of damage I'm doing probably with the Sentinel. Shotguns. Eva. Honestly, the Eva is a placeholder. I just use it until I find a Mastiff, and then I pick up the Mastiff. Eva's a pretty good gun with a purple bolt. If you know a purple bolt is shit, use it as a placeholder until you find a Mastiff, in my opinion. It's that simple. Find a Mastiff, pick up the Mastiff, hit for someone for 114 or 110. You win the fight. GG, well played. Some people do use the Eva though. You need to commit more to a fight with the Eva than you do with the Mastiff. But with the Mastiff, I can jiggle peek a corner, shoot once, unpeek, shoot once, unpeek, and I can keep going back and forth. The Eva, you can do the same thing, but you're gonna do less damage. If you're gonna do that type of play style with the Eva, it's definitely worth just having that Mastiff because you're gonna hit harder, and it just makes more sense. Committing to a fight can get you killed. But with the Mastiff, I can 110 someone around a corner without taking a single point of damage, and that's why the gun ranks higher for me. Mozambique. Come on, man. With hammer points, it owns. But without it, it's dog meat. PK, pick it up. Better than the Mastiff. Everyone knows what PK is. It's our baby. You know, we use this gun all the time back in the day. Definitely the best shotgun in the game. You can use it in very many scenarios, and it does a ton of damage. Yeah. Shotguns, wrap it up. Pistols, Re45. It's like a poor man's R99. It's actually pretty good off spawn. Pick it up if you can find it. You can stack attachments on it as well and put it on your R9 later on. You can do a lot with this, but if I had to classify it as like any type of gun, I don't really see its point in the game right now. It's not really that good. P20, you guys seen the videos. I love this gun. I use it in competitive as well. I used to. I haven't really played much recently, but I use Hammer Point P20 in competitive and in ranked. It's one of the best damage outputs on flesh targets if you have Hammer Point on it and you hit your shots. I personally love this gun, but a lot of people will disagree. If you pick it up off spawn and you don't have hammer points, you're probably dead. It's a good gun to put in a loadout with hammer points, but other than that, I don't really recommend using it for someone looking to climb ranks. I mean, you'd much rather like have a shotgun in your inventory than it. Wingman. Come on. Come on. That's my gun. All right. This gun fucks. All right. This gun absolutely shreds. All right. And I am kind of biased. All right. A lot of people right now, competitive meta, will not pick this gun up. They are afraid to use it because if you miss a shot with the wingman competitively, you're dead because the other team is just going to put out more damage if they don't have a wingman and they don't miss. Use it at your own risk. It's probably the most skillful gun in the game. I get it getting good with. You can hit 110 headshots with skull pierce. If that doesn't make you want to use this gun, then I don't know what will. It's my go-to gun. I'm very good with it. Definitely worth the grind getting good with this gun. I think that Apex does one thing very good, and it's balancing the wingman. The wingman is a very balanced gun in the game right now, and if they touch it anymore, I'm gonna freak out. Yeah, so those are those are kind of like my opinions on each individual gun. I'm gonna go over some loadouts that I like to use and some bread and butter loadouts. So the first bread and butter loadout is the R9 paired with the Mastiff. That's the bread and butter close range engagement type beat, you know what I'm saying? So you're most likely going to be taking very close range fights or medium fights, and you're going to be finishing it up with the Mastiff if you don't one clip somebody. The R9 is actually very good at a long range too if you master it. So that combo just in general is a very good combo to climb with. Then you got the Wingman R9 combo. Kind of a hard combo to use because each gun, you kind of have to commit to the fight to kill somebody. Mine is like if you had a shotgun instead of an R9, you could just peek them real quick. Boom, one shot, they're dead. But with the R9 and the Wingman, you're kind of just using both guns because they're both really fun to use. It's still a very good combo to use, but your fights kind of have to play out a bit differently. Sometimes you're going to start a fight with the R9. Sometimes you're going to start a fight with the Wingman. It just honestly depends on how you take the fight and how you like taking the fights. Both guns are great. Wingman and R9 are both great. But I definitely recommend picking one of the two to use and then pairing it with a shotgun or a sniper or something of the sort. Another combo, another bread and butter combo, Wingman Mastiff. You got that range with the Wingman, you got that damage potential, you got that close range, medium, long. Wingman overall is one of the better guns in the game when it comes to doing everything in the game, if you're good with it. The Mastiff, you pair it with the Mastiff because it's just the damage output that you can put out with the Wingman and then finish it up with the Mastiff if they get close to you or try to finish you. It's just insane. Like, you don't have to commit to the fight with the Mastiff. You can just like poke. Same with the Wingman. You can poke, and then finally just full commit with one of your guns. A passive loadout that I personally don't like, but a lot of people run will be like Flatline or Hemlock. They'll run one of these two guns and they'll pair it with the Mastiff. And what that'll do is it's a lot more reliable than the Wingman. It's a lot more easy to use. The Flatline dishes out a ton of damage. The Hemlock dishes out a ton of damage. And you pair it with a close range gun if you get pushed and you're good to go. Each one of these guns, though, can be used hip fired up close and be absolutely insane. So pairing one of these guns with more long range, like a sniper or something, isn't a very bad idea either. A lot of loadouts in this game are very viable right now. I personally don't like any of these guns. I mean, I like the Flatline, but when I have the chance, I always pick the Wingman or something, obviously. So sniper loadouts are kind of weird because a lot of the sniper loadouts in a competitive game or a ranked game are swapped out. Like, for example, if I have a triple take, sometimes I'll have a triple take and I'll have a shotgun, right? And what that'll do is I'll be farming my armor with the triple take all game, and then I'll kill a team and I'll swap out my triple take and I'll have a shotgun, and then I'll have like an R9. So the snipers are very situational on how you want to play and if you're playing that way. Like, a lot of Predator players obviously will use them because they don't want to take fights super close and they get thirded. Using a sniper and using it at a distance and then swapping out later is a very viable play to do. Using loadouts like, you know, triple take R9 is very viable because now you don't have that shotgun, which is like not going to do anything long range, and at least you have something that you can make work in those close range engagements and long range engagements and medium range engagements, instead of having a shotgun triple take, which will just make it so you can only take a close far or close and nothing in between. It's kind of hard. You know what I mean? There's lots of loadouts and they're all viable. I recommend you guys try them out and do your utmost to get what you're comfortable with. You always want to think about when you're making a loadout and what you like to use. You always want to think about, all right, I have a close range, a long range, a medium range. You know, you want to think about the ranges of what the guns are most viable in. So if you're really good with the R301 and you lack that firepower close range, it might be a very solid play to grab a shotgun with the 301. But let's say you like the R9 and you're really good with the R9 in every single scenario, then that means you have a lot of room for anything you want, really. Like, you can pair the R9 with a sniper, you can pair the R9 with an assault rifle, you can pair the R9 with a pistol, which obviously is a wingman. You can pair it with a lot of things. You can even pair it with hammer points, right? So it's all on you. Really figure out what you are comfortable with and rock it. If this is your first time in Apex and you are watching this video, I hope I did a good job. Thank you guys for watching the loadout and a legend part of the guide. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a great day and peace out.